woman doesn't care about a man's past. A man could sit there and have cheated on the last 5 relationships he's been in. She don't fucking care. Because she thinks that she's special. She thinks that she's the exception. God, if I had $1 for every time I've heard that, $1 for every time a woman have ignored blatant, obvious red flags of a man's character. My man, you're just jealous. That man has a police record. He went to jail for beating the shit out of a woman. He went to jail for almost killing a woman. And you want to get into a relationship with a man who is capable and have proven that he will put hands on a woman. And then when he beats your ass, then what? But women don't fucking listen, right? On the flip side of the coin, a man pays attention to a woman's past. He ain't gonna fuck with a woman if she has a sketchy past. So if a woman has had a past of cheating on her previous relationships, he ain't fucking with her. He'll fuck her, but he's not gonna fuck with her. I'm gonna repeat that again. He will fuck her, he ain't gonna fuck with her, right? Because when men look at a woman's past, it is a clear determination of her character, her attitude. Well, if she was capable of cheating on her husband, oh, I know she's capable of cheating on me, so whatever. A lot of women think that sleeping with a guy is a flex. Sweetheart, a hole is a hole is a hole. They'll fuck pie. It is amazing how when women do these think pieces about men, when it comes to their own personal lives, they act like they're the exception. The fuck? But it's interesting how secure men who have discernment, who date and court with clarity and purpose, they recognize red flags. They recognize the signs. So I say all of this because maybe, just based off of a comment that was in my previous video, that it would be better for Desmond Scott to be the bad guy to say, okay, he cheated. Because his career, his brand, his future prospects will not be negatively impacted versus if she would have cheated, everything would have been negatively impacted. Future relationships, her brand, her career, everything. So it's just better for him to kind of be the bad guy, to be the villain in the story. What I find kind of weird is how women will sit there and attack him in his social media as if they were in a relationship with him, knowing damn well that once the divorce is finalized, well, shit, the divorce ain't got to be finalized. They're going to be sliding up in his DMs trying to holler. Women don't fucking care. And that's why I said what I said.
And I just want to add this lady who is engaged to a man who just spent 13 years in prison. She met him 5 weeks ago and now she's married. I don't want to judge. Not my story to judge. I'm just throwing it out there. And if you don't believe me, for some particular reason you don't believe me, I'm gonna add her video. I'm gonna add men talking about things like this so that we can all learn. We can all learn from men about a woman's past. We can learn why they move the way that they move, right? We live in an age of information, and that's what I love about life now. We move accordingly. We don't move blindly with blind associates. No.
I just got engaged to a man that just spent 13 years in prison, and he's been out for 5 months. So this is his first Valentine's Day since he was 19. He just moved into my house, and I just have to brag, I have never got flowers from a man before, but here I am.
Why a man so concerned about a woman's past? I mean, gents, we live in the present. But maybe the answer to that question is based on me posing this question. Why a woman so concerned about a man's future? Now, you've got to appreciate that sociologically and psychologically, Men are so concerned about not marrying a broken woman. All right? Whereas women are so concerned about not marrying a broke man. So the male nature is inclined morally in terms of selection, whereas the female nature is inclined financially in terms of selection. Now, you've got to appreciate the following, that the female nature is typically valued on beauty and purity, whereas the male nature is typically valued on protection and provision. Now, come with me. In other words, a woman will be preferred because she has preserved that which she was born with, whereas a man will be preferred because she has accumulated that which he was not born with. So, in other words, according to the school of thought, women are born with value, beauty, and purity. Hence, we then prefer you if you have preserved it. But on the other hand, men are born with no value. Hence, they are preferred in society when they have accumulated. It makes sense. So, as males, we are concerned about preservation. Hence, we don't want a broken woman morally. And women, you guys, you ladies, beautiful ones, all of you, I'm kidding. You ladies are concerned about accumulation. Hence, you won't marry a broke man. As the old saying says, a man is concerned about a woman's past, but a woman is concerned about a man's future. That is why we care so much about your past and you care so much about our future. Hope it makes sense. Let's have engagement in the comment section.
Does a woman's past really matter that much? If you ask me, I say yes. And to a lot of other men, they also would agree with this statement. See, when a woman looks at her partner, she looks at him and sees his potential for the future. And one of a woman's favorite traits is ambition, because it shows that the man is never comfortable. He's always trying to upgrade his situation. And biologically, when a woman sees this trait, she knows that she will be protected as well as her offspring. But when a guy is looking for a partner, if we learn that a girl was tossed around, has a really, really high body count, and really just doesn't have a lot of respect for herself in her past, this is just something that as a man you are naturally repulsed by. And before the women go crazy in the comments, you could do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm sure there's some men out there that would take you as you are. But for a lot of guys, we look at our woman as like our fucking beautiful angel, right? This is my woman. This is someone I am proud of. How could I be proud of you if I know what you were doing before I was around? How could I be proud of you if I know that you used to be the girl that literally let the whole club hit? You let the whole football team hit. And now the whole football team could look at me and say, damn, if only he knew what I was doing to his girl back then.